So shortly after I released my reaction video to the One Piece live action trailer, which if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. I be warned though, because I was screaming the whole time. But shortly after that video, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw this message from Oda where he says, after the launch, I'm sure I will hear about some people pointing out how this character is missing, or that scene is omitted, or this bit is different from the manga, but I'm sure they'll come from a place of love. So I intend to enjoy even those comments. LOL. The story will span 8 episodes and take us up through you know where. And I'm like, are we going to see them? Are we going to see them cross the Grand Line? Are we going to see Laboon? Are we going to see Laboon? Okay, fine. Sorry. I'm trying to be calm. And then there was this cute little diagram of Jinbei where it says, stop counting what you've lost. And I'm like, what does it mean by we should stop counting what we lost? So, which meant that I immediately started thinking and counting the things I lost. And I watched the trailer over and over and over again and discovered 15 things I did not notice in my first several watches of the trailer, and I don't know if you did. Starting with, we get a quick shot of the barrel floating in the ocean, and right between Avida's ship going head to head against the, I don't know, is that the cruise ship? Because I'm like, it looks like another pirate ship, but it could also be the cruise ship, because we didn't get that scene in the manga, but we definitely got it in the anime. So it is clear that with the live action, they're going to pick some elements from the anime, they're going to pick some elements from the manga, and then probably work it together. And I am living for it because I do love both mediums, and especially how they both told the story. So quick shot of the barrel, which everybody knows, like, because we watched the first episode, you read the manga, that barrel is Luffy is in that barrel, and I'm guessing that after the fight, Alvida's pirates are going to bring his barrel on board, so kind of similar to what they did in the anime. Secondly, I don't know why I did not notice it, but you can clearly see that Usopp has on his sniper goggles, or rather, he has it hanging around his neck in the live action, which is funny because, like, you know, he does not get it in the anime until when they're in Town and he's having that sniping competition. So, I definitely think that the live action intends to move things around with regards when the Straw Hats are getting to do different things and getting different things, which is a perfect segue to the third thing. We see Nami present on Shell Island when Luffy goes to rescue Zoro. Like, she's right there, which I don't know how I missed it. Like, we can see them in the fight. We can see Nami there. She is standing right there, which means that when Luffy goes to go and acquire his crew, Zoro is not the first member of the crew that he gets in the live action. Nami is there, although technically, we can say it depends on if they follow it. Like, I know in the fandom, everybody is like, okay, well, technically, Nami does not officially join the Straw Hat until after Arlong Park. Like, she was just going along for the ride, but you will not really consider a member of the crew until after the defeat of Arlong. I do not agree. I personally think that at the point where he picks her up, she becomes a member of the crew. It's almost like people saying, oh, Robin is not a member of the crew until after Enies Lobby. I personally, the minute she joins and Luffy is like, okay, yeah, sure, come on board, that makes her a crew member. So based off of that, the live action seems to go with the fact that the first crew member that Luffy gets is Nami, which is interesting because, like, in the anime, the first member of the crew we see is actually Nami. We see her before Luffy, which is not what happens in the manga, and now the live action is being its own story and making things a bit different, and I don't mind. I actually do not mind it. I like to cut in right now to talk quickly about the sponsors of today's video, which is Peda Entertainment. Now, I know a lot of people, especially people that are watching this video right now, you probably have not like seen my past content, but your girl likes comics, your girl likes manga. I live for them, right? And Peda Entertainment does great comics that focus a lot on African stories. One of my favorite, which is Chayoma. Chayoma is this badass demigod. Like, she is a fucking badass. She's this badass demigod that is basically on this journey of self-discovery and trying to figure out exactly who she is, because turns out that all her life that she has been assassinating people for the good of the community that she's a part of, the Jangura. Turns out that she's been manipulated all this while, and there's so much of the story that she doesn't know, and now she has to be on that journey to find out who she is, what she's meant to do in this world, and fight back. And Chioma is a badass. So the Volume 2 Kickstarter is live right now. Like the very minute you're seeing this video, the Kickstarter is live. I would suggest, right, that you click on the link, because I'm going to drop the link to the Kickstarter in the description bar. So just you click on the link, go check it out. It is fantastic. If you like comics that have like that tell of history and forgotten kingdoms and have magic and a badass female protagonist who fucking kicks ass and kills like a dream. Yes, I know. You're here on One Piece. Oda barely kills character except when he decides to rip out our throat and rip out our heart and kill somebody, and you're like, why? Why did this person have to die? Why are you like this, Oda? But anyway.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Speaking of rescuing Zoro, there is a scene of Zoro at the bottom of what looks like a well, right? So which has me wondering that maybe the live action is going to change things around. So the way in which Zoro is imprisoned in the live action is going to be different. We see him at the bottom of the well instead of being strung up. Next is Cavendish's poster, which I cannot... If you've seen my live action, like I paused right in that scene, and I don't know how on earth I missed the part of his poster. So shout out to La Parasiana Pata, who was the one that, like, in my comments in the last video was like, yo, you missed Cavendish's poster. Did you see Cavendish's poster? Thank you. Like, I love Cavendish, and I really appreciate just the minute details that is going on into the live action, because it makes a lot of sense for his poster to be there, because we are aware, right? Like when we get to Dressrosa, it talks about how, you know, it came out, like, you know, he had his pirate debut a year before Luffy and was getting all that fame, and then Luffy and the rest of the worst generation all show up and still is thunder. So I really like the fact that we have that nod in the live action. It's like, look at him, he's already here, he's already making a name for himself, and justifiable why he's very, very pissed at Luffy. Actually, it's not justifiable, but you know what I mean. But beyond Cavendish's poster, there's also that quick shot. I'm going to put it up so that you can see, but there's also that quick shot of what I think is Arlong's poster, because he has the N and G. So like, for a while I was like, is that Arlong? Is that King's poster? Because like it has the NG, right? And I'm like, okay, pirate, NG, Arlong, King. But then the camera shifts just a little bit and you see that bit of O. So that is the Arlong poster, which would mean that we might not have that scene of Nami discovering the wanted poster and then going back to Arlong Parks. Next up is, and some of you might be like, this is fucking irrelevant, I don't know why you're mentioning this, but I think it's really cool the way in which we can see in the live action that they have recreated Nami's outfit from the anime and the manga, right? So for example, the outfit she has while she's on the ship and she's looking at the log pose is the same outfit that she has when they are in Logtown. You can see like the shirt is the same. She has on the same outfit that she has on in Orange Town. She has the exact same outfit on in the live action that she does in the anime and manga. Shortly before, of course, you know, they go and challenge Buggy, and it's the same outfit that she has on in the Baratie in the anime and the manga that she has on in the live action as well. I just like the little touches, and you see Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, and Sanji being more consistent with their outfits, which of course ties back to the fact that Nami is the more fashion conscious of. Actually, she and Robin are the more fashion conscious of the entire crew, and they're the ones that have more outfit changes, and I like how that has been consistent in what we see in the trailer of the live action so far. Also, I don't know if this was it, but there's that quick shot, that scene you see of a seahorse, and when I saw that seahorse, after like multiple watches. I'm like, yo, what if? Because it's possible that there's like some subtle nods, right? Some subtle nods to things that they might want to explore in later episodes. Like Oda said, this season is only going to be like 8 episodes. So I'm certain that they're like setting up some things and doing like a couple of, did you notice that? Did you notice that? But there's a scene of the seahorse that made me think of the Ocean's Dream filler, right, in the anime, with the Seos, which is the antagonist of that filler arc, which is Satsu, who wanted to, transcend to being a millennial dragon and was and wanted to do so by stealing people's memories, etc., etc. But like, what if that was a nod to that arc, to that filler arc? Which then made me think that, yo, if they actually want to do recreate any of the filler arcs in the live action adaptation, which filler would you want to see? Because I want to see G8. I want to see that arc, that filler, so fucking bad. That is like one of the best fillers I've seen, like across different animes, especially the ones that do filler. Like that was great. That was fantastic. The next thing I noticed, I already mentioned this in my reaction, that we could see Garp on the platform, but it just hit me as I was rewatching it over and over and over that it's a parallel scene. It's a parallel scene to Garp in Marineford, which meant I started screaming, "Hey!" I got lipstick on my hands. It's a parallel. It's a parallel. You can see Gob standing on the platform looking at his friend. It parallels the scene in Marineford. I was bawling and screaming ace at my screen. But it just finally clicked. Also, I found it interesting because we know the coat that the Vice Admiral wear. We know the exact coat that Garp wears in the anime and in the manga. And I only noticed on several rewatch that there were bits of red added to it, right? Like, it looks like elements were taken from Roger's coat and added to Garp's coat. So it's maybe like a kind of to show that, oh, he supports Roger, even though he's torn between his relationship with Roger and his duty in the Navy. I don't know if you noticed it, but it was right there. The next thing that I don't know if you noticed, because I didn't notice in my first several watches of it, is that Luffy's scar is missing. Like, it's not there. There's no scar underneath his eyes. And I'm like, which is weird because, like, it symbolizes, it's a core part of his character when he was a child, looking up to Shanks and wanting to prove that he's capable of being on his boat, and just before he takes the Gomu Gomu no Mi, it is not there. Like, his scar is missing. And I clicked on every single frame that he was in, every single frame. The scar is not there. There is no scar. Why? I have questions. Why? Next, we catch a quick glimpse. I don't know if you noticed it, but there's a quick glimpse of Garp's naval ship, right, with the bone, right here. You can see the screenshot. It is right there. But it's clearly firing at something, and the way that the scene splices to Usopp immediately telling them to hit the decks makes me wonder, like, was he shooting at the Mary? Right? So, because we know in the manga, in the anime, right, we know that he does not shoot at their ship until it's the Sunny, and it's at the end, like when they are leaving Water 7. So now I'm wondering if maybe the live action is moving things around and having Garp shoot at Luffy and his crew whilst they're still on the Mary. That's going to be very interesting, especially because we do not get a glimpse of Garp. We do not see Garp at all in the anime or manga until post Enies Lobby and at the end of the Water 7 saga. So it will be very interesting to see if it was the Mary that he was shooting at. Now I'm going to run rapidly through the rest of this. So we see a quick glimpse, like a quick shot of Kokoyashi Village. Look at the tangerines. The tangerines. Okay, so quick shot of Kokoyashi Village. There's a quick shot of Orange Town and the destroyed buildings. So pre the fight with Buggy. We have a quick shot of Axe and Morgan, like the axe of Axe and Morgan's. And then finally we see what looks like a mural or a banner of Captain Morgan, which I'm guessing is meant to replace the statue that we get in the anime and manga. So those were in total 15 things I noticed and spotted after my many rewatches of the One Piece trailer. Let me know if there's anything you noticed that I did not mention, something that you noticed and you want to share. Let me know if any of these things I mentioned were things that you actually didn't notice and you're like, oh shit, I need to go back and rewatch the trailer, which I agree. You should go back and rewatch the trailer. We all should go back and rewatch that trailer. That trailer deserves way more views than the current 8 million views that it has. Like, it needs more. But yes, if you're not yet subscribed, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Share this video with people if you actually enjoyed it. If I made some sense, any sense, please share this video. It's a great way to get my content out there, and it's a great way to get people to see what I have to say. And once again, if you made it to the end of this video, go right now, click on the link in the bio, check out the Chioma Kickstarter, pick a pledge that is, okay with your wallet, but will give Ped Entertainment the support, because they do need to make, like, I honestly think that a lot of the time when we think of magical characters, right? And if you're reading One Piece and you're watching One Piece and you tend to watch the One Piece and live action adaptation, magic is something that you love. Great battles is something that you love. A bit of history is something that you love. And Chioma has all of it in spades. So I would say go check it out, go pledge some support, and yes, I will see you in my next video, which hopefully should come out sometime soon. Bye.